Everyone has AIDS. AIDS, AIDS, AIDS. AIDS, 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 AIDS. Everyone has AIDS.
You were sweaty before. Mark that up.
That's already two. I'm skipping one today.
Fucking not. Well, cheers, you straights. It's from On the Barcast, the podcast for bartending, service industry, drinking in general. I'm Paxton. That's Clint Moses. We got Kelly on the ones and twos tonight.
I'm back.
And we have special guest, friend of the show, Grant from Now.
Hello.
How we going?
And we've all got COVID.
And we've all got COVID, so I don't know if you could tell by the intro song. I'm going to take these gloves off because my hands are very sweaty.
But if you weren't watching that intro, you're going to want to turn on your Spotify video and check out what we're doing here.
So it's August 1st.
Because everyone's got AIDS.
It is August 1st. We all have AIDS. It's a Monday. Later on, we're going to talk
What are the
about...
chances?
What are the chances? We're going to talk about an Instagram stalker. We're going to talk about our cooties that we got.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, thank you to the patrons, and thank you to all our new listeners who have stayed over with us from last week, if there are any of
And
you.
please keep listening after this week, because I promise this is not going to be our finest moment.
You know what, though? I feel terrible. But I feel good about the content, I think, because...
I feel worse today than I felt the whole time, and it's probably not because of COVID.
Yeah.
It's because of beer COVID.
Because you're a psychopath.
Because Grant and I drank a lot last night. We had 16 beers, 13 of which were 16-ounce beers. Bottle of Finlandia, half of a half gallon, so that would be a quarter gallon, I believe, of Finlandia.
That's what they call a quarter gallon in the business.
Yeah. We're chugging beers at like 4 a.m.
Were they tall, cool cans of Coors Light?
Yeah,
Okay,
tall cans, and we're betting dollars. There's a pile of dollars in the corner of my kitchen right now.
Tapping the Rockies in the low country.
And it was a ouch. Why? What did I do to myself? Why?
I know, this is funny because...
Because the COVID wouldn't bother me that much, and then I'm like, you know what? Kick this COVID in gear.
Every
And
time,
we'll do it all again today.
Yeah.
you know how every time you get sick and, you pray to you or whatever, you're like, I'll never do this again. And then as soon as you feel better, you're like, maybe I'll have one.
Yeah, but I have one.
Well...
I knew we were going to turn it on a little bit last night, but I didn't know we were going to turn it on.
16-ounce Coors Lights.
Yeah.
For $1 each.
Drinking more Coors Light in the last week than I have in the last year.
Oh, I know, because I drank... You asked me if I had any Coors Lights. Now I know why.
Yeah.
But I drank all those. I drank
all.
all of those after you guys left. Trying to
Grant's
edit.
drinking a
Coors Light.
Frosty Coors Light, as he does.
12
Patrick's
ounce.
having
I'm having a green tea.
I'm having Chick-fil-A lemonade and vodka, because why not have more vodka today after my crappy experience at Chick-fil-A?
Well,
And it is delicious.
talk about a crappy experience. So this is we're gonna walk you through this. We'll get to the Instagram.
Instagram
stalker.
stalking?
No, we'll
get
get to that later. That's sad shit. So my girlfriend Allie, she wanted to go out of town for a nice little holiday, and I was like, that's a great idea. She always has great ideas. I always talk her into having the bad ideas. She's like, let's go to North Carolina. She's like, yeah, weird. She's like, let's go to North Carolina and float down a river. I was like, that sounds like a great idea, but I got to ruin it. I was like, listen, I don't want to drive like 7 or 8 hours. I'm not sure if my car will make it. All this stuff.
Your car didn't make it out of the county.
That's what I'm saying. So she booked a place, and then I said this after she had already booked it. I was like, look, man, driving that far, she's like, okay, that's fine. I have enough time to cancel it. So then she goes, well, what about Macon? I was like, yeah, that's close. There's a river there. We can still do. Hey, just shut up. I know I'm stupid. Okay, listen.
I had a good time in Macon, though. Remember a couple months ago?
Yeah.
We actually had a good time, but Bill Burr was there.
Yeah, we found the wrong part. So we booked Macon. I was like, yeah, there's a river we can float down, and then she starts doing some itinerary stuff. She's like, yeah, we can go to Capricorn Records. We can go to...
What's at Capricorn Records?
That's where the Allman Brothers recorded.
Those guys right there.
And then, those guys right there. And then there's a planetarium there.
Yep,
there's a museum. There's whatever. So we booked this Airbnb, and we borrowed Clint's car. I was like, well, I'll still ask to borrow Clint's car, even though it's only 3 hours away. Like
you wouldn't even go to North Carolina and Beamer, just FYI.
Well, no, so that's why I was more
can't cross
comfortable.
state lines.
Yeah, that's why I was more comfortable asking. Except when I got in the car, I was like, I'm very uncomfortable. The whole first day.
There's a lot going on in that car. It's nice. It hauls
Yeah.
If you put that pedal down, it goes.
Yeah.
It wants to go. It's an ultimate driving machine.
But for a big guy like me who's used to getting up into a car, it's like stepping down into a hole.
Oh, the first time you get out of it, you're like, yeah, and your knees are up by your chest when you get out of the car. And every one I looked at before I found that one had a hole on the seat right there to your left because people were turning, getting out with like keys or phones.
Oh, sure.
Ripping holes in the side of these seats. And Paxton was in my driveway for like 5 minutes. I'm like, what is he doing there? And he calls me. I'm like, yeah, can you turn on Bluetooth? He goes, how do the mirrors open up?
How do the mirrors go out?
Because the button that does it is
doesn't
a triangle. It's like a rectangle next to a rectangle, and you're like, oh, of course.
You got to fold the little bunny ears in before you get into most crevasses. Well, at least you're.
My garage is. You got to get. The passenger has to get out before I pull in the garage.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot.
My buddy Larry goes, how do you get out of the car? Do you put the top down and jump out? I was like, yeah, just Dukes of Hazzard in and out of it.
Because Allie had to climb in one time because we put the floats in there. But anyway, so
you put the top down?
Yeah, we put the top down to drive. Well, we'll get to that part of the adventure. So we get to our Airbnb. The guy sees that we have a Tybee sticker, and he sends Allie a message on Airbnb. He goes, I see you guys are from Tybee. I helped Eric and Shep open Huckapoos 22 years ago.
What?
Oh,
And I was like,
oh,
okay, what? So then, the Airbnb is attached to this guy's house. It's like underneath this house, but it's like it's as big as my house if it were flat.
Okay.
Oh well, besides the basement. So I was like, well, this is like a sprawling, it was a great Airbnb. So he owns like 5 businesses around there too. He's very much making Eric. Like,
okay,
he's got a couple kids, always got something in his hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's woodworking.
Is he hot?
Yeah, he's a good looking dude.
Good looking guy?
Yeah, exactly. They were the same age.
Bandana sleeveless shirt. Like,
Yeah. It's close enough. So we chatted for a little bit, but I don't like to talk to the Airbnb hosts too much, especially when they live there, because I'm like, let's not pretend that we're like friends.
And I feel like I'm bothering them.
Yeah, and I feel like they're bothering me too in terms of like, even though we might have something in common, if I'm at an Airbnb, like I want to keep that.
I mean, I'd imagine if he didn't have that connection to Tybee, you would have been like, hello and goodbye.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
hey, help me, I'm dying.
So we leave there and we go to this like retro arcade where they have drinks and like all these old retro machines, which was super fun. We came.
Play Street Fighter.
That was the first thing. I played.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
Street Fighter 2, but the only thing was, I was like, y'all are dumb. They had the hardness set up on like 11. So like, actually, I was dumping quarters in there anyways. So actually, they weren't quarters; they were tokens. So what you would do is you'd be like, hey, I'd like a beer, and they would just keep tokens on your tab for you.
Oh, so you could just unlimited. Oh man, that's dangerous.
That is dangerous.
Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, they have
finished this game.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, you've got, and every single pinball machine, every machine has a cup holder. Postnatally attached.
That's the highlight
to
of the trip.
yeah, kind of. So then we go get some tacos and we go home and call it an early night on Wednesday. So or on Tuesday, Wednesday morning we're gonna get up early and go.
Wait, Wednesday.
This was Tuesday night.
You left Wednesday. It was 2-night trip.
Yeah, we got there Tuesday night.
How'd you get there Tuesday night when you left Wednesday?
I'm
left super
Tuesday.
Confused. Didn't you leave Wednesday?
No, we left Tuesday. This COVID's got me.
You left
up.
Thursday.
Anyways, whatever the next day was.
What the hell happened in my life?
We were gonna get up and go to the river. I was being lazy, and I got up kind of late. So we missed the train. Well, for them to like grab you, take your float to where you would float, and then pick you up from where you would end up floating down to.
Yeah.
You'd have to get there at 9 a.m, and that's the only time they did it. It's like, that's kind of dumb. Anywhere else I've ever floated down a river, like they go like 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So what we had to do was pack the floats up, take your top down, pack the floats up, tie them down, drive to where we wanted to put in. We get out of the car. Allie had to drive down to where we would end up floating to, and then she had to take an Uber back to me.
They didn't have a shuttle or anything?
The shuttle ran once a day, 9 o'clock.
What a pain in the ass.
What
The shuttle
fuck is
ran
going on?
once a day. I was like, Macon, what's going on? You kind of suck
You're
right
being very
now,
Macon-y.
right? You're being very Macon right now. So I was like, that's weird. So she gets in the Uber to come back, and I get a call like 20 minutes later. She was like, we're at the gas station. I was like, why? She goes, the lady had to get gas. 1 gallon.
What the fuck? One? Exactly one, too, probably.
She goes,
You mowing the lawn?
ma'am, why did you take the ride? She goes, it's okay, honey. We just got to get 1 gallon.
But what? You don't get. I've gotten an Uber before, and they've stopped the gas station. They need gas, and I'm like, 1 star. 1 star.
I guess the real question is, does she tip?
Allie's so nice. I bet she did.
I'll get to that. So,
All right.
so finally, I watch this car, which I know that she's in, pass our turn, where I'm standing there with floats.
Just waiting for half an hour.
I look like a kid at the water park who lost his parents. Like,
And you're not feeling 100% either.
yeah, well, I'm feeling okay at that point.
But you're not feeling great.
Not feeling great right then. So then all of a sudden I see the car, and Allie gets out, and she's like, and like 5 hours later when we get out of the river, she's like, I tipped her. I felt really bad. I was
You
like,
bitched her out some?
yeah, no. I was just like, no.
Allie bitched her out.
Allie bitched her out some, yeah. So so as I'm waiting there for her to get back in the,
I can't imagine what she said 'cause she's so nice. Like I can't imagine what I would have said.
right, yeah.
Like, I would have been at the gas station waiting for another Uber.
I wanted to ask her like how like the whole interaction, but I could tell she was upset by it. So I was like, let's just get in the river and float and have fun, right?
Yeah.
So when I'm waiting on Allie to get there, we're kind of in a weird place. I'm like, I can't see where you put in. So here comes this guy. He looks like an official looking hiker. He had just pulled up. He got out of his car. He's got cargo pants on. He's got like the hat that ties around your neck.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He's got like the shirt that flaps in the back.
Was it Jeffro?
So I was like, hey, sir, excuse me.
Macon Eric and Macon Jeffro.
He goes, yeah, what's going on there, bud? I was like, well, I'm motioning towards the floats. I'm like,
going to see a movie.
I'm looking where to put in. Is it right down there? He goes, oh, no, buddy. What you got to do is go down that trail about 1 5/8 and then look to the right and see where that stick is. See where that stick is hanging out of the thing? I was like, yeah. He goes, that's where you put in. I was like, okay. He's like, all right, I'll see you later, bud. So he goes. And I'm really suspicious about this. So I drop the floats and where I was pointing earlier, where I thought we might put in, I walk down there and right there is the ramp. This guy straight up lied to me.
Damn!
He's the shuttle driver. That's his entertainment for the day.
And his wife drives Uber.
Yeah.
1 gallon at a time.
I live life 1 gallon at the time.
One ride, 1 gallon.
To crank up a cold car takes about a half a gallon of gas. To crank up a cold car. So you crank up your car and turn it off to get gas, you're going to burn through like 1/8 of a gallon of gas. Yeah. Just that process.
Well, I was really surprised to see what kind of car it was. It was like a 2018 like Chevy minivan. It was like a nice-ish car. I thought she was going to pull up in like an 88 Bonneville.
I think they have a cap on the years your car can be for an Uber.
Oh, right. Well, I mean,
10 years, something like that.
Yeah,
maybe, yeah. I mean, this one was very new.
Because I tried to get it there with the Honda, and they're like,
I think you can do it with the Eats though. I think you can.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
They don't care. Yeah, nobody's getting in that.
I got pho the other day when I was feeling good. Hottest Uber Eats delivery driver I've ever seen. She was a Grubhub. I mean, she was a smoke show. I was like,
oh, wow.
You should be able to get money.
What kind of car?
Black Prius.
Nice. Okay.
Because I got on the app, she looked kind of cute. I was on the phone with V, and V's like, "Would you get there? Go outside and meet her there." I'm like, "I can't. I'll just creep through the window."
Clint's like, "Order some food." Wait a minute. Show me the picture of her. All right. Yeah.
Well, I don't usually. I just look at pictures to see what's taking so long. I was like, "It's kind of cute." And he's like, "I bet she's not that cute person." She walked up, and I was
You're like, "Take as long as you like, Rebecca."
Yeah. And I'm gonna place another order.
Yeah.
Can you actually put the food away from the door?
Turn right around.
Bend it. Oh, don't bend it at the knees.
So Allie returns. We start to walk down to the lead end.
To the real ramp.
To the real ramp. We get our stuff in.
Float.
The biggest rainstorm I've ever seen.
The floats pop.
Nope. Yeah. I watched a wall of rain go.
So had you gotten in the water at the time Allie should have gotten to where you were, you might have been able to escape. Oh, no?
We would have ridden with it the entire way down.
So did you get in the river?
So we waited probably 45 minutes to an hour. It finally stopped raining.
So it's been 2 hours since you got out of the car.
2 hours since I got out of the car. There's ants everywhere, and I'm deathly allergic, so I'm just like, ding. So I'm trying not to be stressed out. So then I was like, Allie, if we get in the river now, it's like 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon at this point. We're not going to get out. I had no idea how far she actually drove.
Right.
To get.
I feel like I have ants on me now.
to get to where you're supposed to float to. So we just swam around with the floats. Like there's a pretty good current, but it was chill. It was fun. So then some rednecks came down and they were jumping in the float, but they were only going to float like an hour. She goes, "How long would it take us to float to Tiananmen Park or whatever, wherever she parked the car?"
To China?
Yeah. And the guy was like, "Oh, it's about 6 hours." I was like, "We were about to try."
God damn!
6 hours?
Was it the same guy? Was it the
30 minutes.
You'll see him every 100 yards.
He's like, how do you keep getting down here?
I was like, well, we're not going,
We can't float for 6 hours. We don't.
So we stayed in the water for about like 2 or 3 hours, right? We're just partying, whatever.
It's just the two of you.
It was just two of us and a fisherman fishing right over us. He didn't give a goddamn.
He cast right over you?
This guy's cousin.
I mean, like, we were at a spot where he would have just hit the rocks if he'd have kept throwing it right at us. But he was like, he wasn't catching anything though. Which I was like, is it our fault? You want us to move or something, man?
You're in this honey hole over there. Right?
Yeah, why are you people splashing around?
I know, but why are you? It's the honey hole where everyone puts their floats in, because that's literally where we are.
Yeah. It's Macon probably.
So we get out. My butt is covered in the brownest river stuff imaginable, and we have to call another Uber.
Oh.
I'm soaking wet. We don't have any towels or anything, so we call this Uber.
Where are the towels in the car?
We got an Uber back to the car that we Ubered from. So the Uber guy's coming to pick us up, and I look down at myself. I'm like, I'm about to get in this dude's car. So Allie had this sarong, so I just tied it around my waist, and I looked like.
So she's in a bathing suit bottom, and you're in a sarong.
She had a cover
like a shirt
up.
that kind of went down.
She had
Okay.
a cover up that she could put on.
The Uber driver put it on, like, what?
So the Uber driver pulls up, and I'm like, man, this dude's gonna be mad. We get in the back. We're like, can we put these floats in your trunk? He's like,
Hell no.
nah, trunk's full. Put him in the back seat. I was like, oh, okay. So we get in the back seat. This dude doesn't even look at us. He is talking to someone from the church on his phone, and he's talking to them like he's on FaceTime, but they're not FaceTiming him. But he's holding the phone up like that.
Is he driving while doing this?
And he's driving while he's doing this. And he goes, I've been through recessions. Shit. This is my third recession, actually. And then he would turn to us and go, they want like $10,000.
So he's looking everywhere but the road.
But the road. So I'm like, oh, well, we're just driving from this park to this other park, Nah, bro. This is like a 15-minute ride.
And you're just terrified. You're holding hands in the back seat.
We're going through, and I don't know if you've ever been to Macon before, but it's highways and crackheads. That's it.
Yeah. Warner Robins is like
medical
crackheads that want to fight
centers.
you.
Like, if you're from Savannah, the medical parts of Savannah, like it's like that in Ardsley Park, except there's homeless and crackheads everywhere.
Yeah.
So we finally get to the car. We get out of the car.
You're just driving under the Truman Parkway all day.
Basically, yeah. We get out of the car, and there's this guy walking with a giant pit bull. So we get out of the car. We're like, hey, thanks, dude, whatever. All of a sudden, the pit bull turns and sees us. This unleashed giant pit bull starts charging towards Allie and I.
And all you have to do
we are parked under an overpass in Macon, Georgia. The river just happens to go past this overpass. So I had a cold flush run over me. Allie jumped behind me, and I stood my ground as much as I could, and the pit bull ran all the way up and went, and the owner was very nonchalant. He's like, come here, Tank. That boy never listens to me. Come here, Tank.
He's only bit 3 people today.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to stand my ground. I'm not looking the dog in the eye.
Did you have like?
Yeah. We had already deflated him, so we could get him in the Uber.
So you just throw the float in the
The horse head was already deflated. Like, it couldn't have scared this thing. So I just know not to look an angry dog in the eye, I guess.
To look around
So I was just like, la la, but I'm a big thing.
Yeah.
So finally, once the guy starts walking up on the dog, it rolled over and melted like it had been abused all of its life.
Because it probably had.
So now I feel bad for this dog.
That almost killed you.
Yeah, that almost killed me, because I know this
Just wanted
dude.
some belly rubs.
Yeah. Not from me. Not from me, not from Allie. So then.
From this guy in a sarong.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he looks nice. Let's bite him.
God,
He won't do anything to me in that brown sarong.
I'm not going back to Macon ever again.
No. So we get in the car. I'm like, okay, let's go get some dinner. So we go down and we go to this guy, Brad, who owns the Airbnb. He owns this super tight bar and restaurant right down the street from where he lives. And it's like, people donated the wood for the stage. It is so Huckapoo's-esque.
Oh, cool.
It is like, it's one of the best times. It was fantastic. It looked just like the Poorhouse in Charleston.
All right, right on.
Big courtyard,
Sorry,
like lots of great drinks, whatever. He bought us a few drinks.
Blowing on that.
Yeah, you already had
So we're sitting down talking, and he goes, you ever seen the movie Shep was in? And I was like, what, way back in the day or something?
You mean on Cops?
He goes, no. He goes, he's in a Bruce Willis movie. He pulls out his phone, the newest Bruce Willis movie.
So, well, Bruce Willis just filmed like 20 movies
because
he's
he's losing his mind.
He's losing his mind. Yeah,
and he can't remember his lines.
Yeah.
So he's batch shooting all these movies. Shep is in every scene that Bruce Willis is in this movie because he's a terrorist holding a. I sent you the trailer.
My brain's dead. I was like, what are we talking about?
It is called Deadlocked.
Deadlocked. Filmed in 2021.
Hadn't come out yet.
I don't know.
It's
yeah,
out.
it's out. Yeah,
It's out. It has like a.
it's It's not the best.
It's got a 2-star.
Yeah.
Oh, so he filmed like just a boatload of movies to like cash in real quick.
Yeah, because he's and the thing is he'll show up to set and for like 2 days and shoot all in one place. Like all of his shots, all of his scenes are in a chair. Like you can't. So,
but he's supposed to be like a badass in this movie, right?
he's like a terrorist in this movie. I think.
Badass in every movie.
Yeah, I was about to say it's Bruce Willis. It is Bruce Willis.
It's free on Tubi. It's got a 3.14 out of 10 on IMDb.
I'll be watching.
It doesn't even have a Rotten Tomatoes score.
Oh wow!
Because it's that good of a movie.
Well, the thing is, like,
wait, hold on, no, wait.
Oscar, here we come.
Yeah,
Oscar buzz.
It's got what's the one the shitty Oscars they give you?
The band.
Razzies?
Yeah.
Can't blame Bruce for that though.
Oh my God! All right, you ready for this?
Yes.
The audience score. 9%.
Nice.
9%. 2 reviews from a guy named Shep Dunn. That's it. That's crazy. So he's never been in any other movies?
I don't know. It was just like they shot it in Fitzgerald, which is where Shep's from.
He was just around.
And and his like somebody's company supplied him with something, so like they were like they put Shep in the movie, or whatever. So he's got as big of a role as Bruce Willis does, basically. So
it's not a lot of talking.
Does he get shot by Bruce Willis?
I don't know. So no, they're on the same side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's like one of his henchmen. So, anyways,
I'm gonna have to watch this stupid movie.
So we go back to the house, and we're gonna go out for the evening. So I was like, well, since we're going out
after all of this, you're actually gonna still try to go somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. We're in Macon, you know. Like, what else are you doing? So we heard about this place called the Hummingbird.
Okay.
So, the night that we got there, Willis Gore from Bonnie Blue was playing an acoustic show at this place. So we were going to go see that, but I was tired, and I was like, we'll just go see something at the same place tomorrow night. Well, it turns out it was Willis Gore, and then Brock Butler from P Groove showed up there and played with him.
Your buddy interview on...
So, but we missed that.
Studio.
So the next night, that was the first place that we went. So we called an Uber, right? The Uber picks us up, and this is when I texted you. Our Uber was basically JB Smoove, and if you don't know who that is, he's the dude from
comedian.
He's Leon.
Leon from Curb Your Enthusiasm. But this guy, so I said, yeah, we're heading to Cliffs or whatever the place was called, and the guy goes, he goes, yeah, I know that place. That's the place they got them. They got them.
Spit it out.
They got them. Bands. The thing was, a person who
Am I going to be driving around Macon now in Atlanta, like out of my way?
A person who stutters, sometimes you can, like, you don't want to finish for them.
Like the President of the United States of America, he's got a stutter.
But he never gave any context for what the
Yeah,
thing he was looking for.
when
He
I
goes,
stutter,
Were you
I
trying to
can't-
finish the word?
yeah, well, I was just like, they got beer.
I stuttered as a kid and kind of got over it with help, but like
Yeah.
it sucks when you stutter. I get when I'm real emotional, I start stuttering.
Okay. So we get to this place, and unlike the night before where it was like an acoustic
So
act.
this is the best Uber driver you got. In this
Oh,
whole
man,
trip.
yeah, 100%. No, our Uber driver back.
So it was Uber.
Lyft. So we get to this place, and where they had acoustic music the night before, I start hearing like banging drums, but that's it.
Like good drums. Or bad drums?
Well, they're drums.
Is it me playing the drums basically?
No. It's like a real drummer playing drums. But it was all I could hear. I couldn't hear bass or guitar or anything. So I was like, they must be sound checking. As we walked in the door, it's 3 rappers and a drummer. That was the band.
Like proficient rappers, or they?
I couldn't tell because we walked dead ass back out.
Were they? How old were they?
Maybe like 17. It was the weirdest.
Did they have like the hype guy in the back? Like, yeah.
No, well,
yeah.
They were all each other's hype guys, sort of.
There's 3 hype guys, no rapper. That's the name of the band. 3 hype guys.
It was all silence until they would say like the rhyme word. It was all like, bass, bands, hot. So then we needed cigarettes. So I was like, well, there's no bodegas down here. And everywhere we walked, crackhead every corner. It's like, the bad parts of Savannah.
Yeah,
Every part was like that.
So and these crackheads like ask you for money and stuff?
No, here's the thing. I must have had the look. Because I was like, these crackheads
You
aren't
that
asking
pit
me
bull
for
look?
shit. I was just like, yeah, just don't look them in the eye, but look strong and nimble.
Yeah.
So we
And
never got hit up. We finally make it to the Hummingbird and walk in. They have a wooden cigarette machine.
Pull knobs
yeah, old school.
or the flip thing. Oh, okay.
When I was like, when you're 15, you actually go buy them out of
The arcade on Tybee.
That's where I used to get cigarettes. I'd come here, stock up out here.
Yeah. Bought a pack of Marlboro Reds, smoked 5 of them inside. Only place I saw that you could smoke inside in Macon. This is random.
I think you can smoke in
Only
hospitals in Macon still.
All right, this is going a little long, but then I smoked 5 cigarettes. We go home. I wake up 2 hours later. I'm like, I've got the worst flu I've ever had, and I thought it was like from the river.
That's Friday. This is Friday morning.
This is
Thursday morning.
Thursday morning, yeah. And then I came back Friday, I came back Thursday, pissed hot for COVID, and here we are.
Are you sure you came back Thursday and not Friday?
I'm 100%. I came.
You're telling me you guys got COVID? and you guys invited me here?
wait a
We'll
minute.
address
What
the
the hell is going
we'll address
on?
the COVID in the room. So
Yeah.
we both have COVID. I started feeling a little off. Thursday, I worked out in my shed. It's 100 degrees when I walk out of the shed. I'm not over-exaggerating. I post pictures all the time. It's hot as shit in there. But I like to sweat when I work out.
Yeah.
So I've gone through like 5 Yetis of water, 6 Yetis of water, worked out. I was just like, go to work. I'm like, I had fought. I'm just exhausted. I got heat exhaustion. That's fine. Have a couple drinks Thursday night, maybe more. Wake up Friday. I'm like, oh, hungover. This hangover is just kicking today. Then Saturday, I don't drink Friday night really. I had like a glass of wine. I woke up Saturday. I was like, okay. And I know you're sick at this point in time, but I don't find out till Saturday morning that you've got COVID because you're just sleeping all day Friday. And so Saturday morning, you text me at like 11 a.m. and they're like, bad news. And so I respond with, what's up? And then you, I guess, fall right back asleep. Yeah. So 3 hours later, you're like, I've got COVID. And I'm like, damn, he probably got it. Huckapoos on Saturday, Sunday, so I'm good. So I'm like, damn, I'm not feeling right. And I've got my boy Grant coming in town.
First time in 12 years.
Yeah. 12 years.
You're welcome.
With my buddy Richard and Justin. Justin's getting over
What a
COVID 2 months ago. He just had COVID 3 weeks ago. He just had COVID 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So we're able to get a crew together here. But Richard's not, as long as I know, hasn't had COVID yet, him and his wife.
At all.
So I have to call,
Yeah.
and I'm like blowing them up. I'm calling everyone's phone. Like, I take my first test. While I'm taking the second test, like right next to it, I like look over as I'm swabbing, and I'm like, my line's already red. That's weird. And so, like, I put the thing in there, and it like the next red line was like this. It was redder than the control line.
Yeah.
I was like, well, it's and you wait 20 minutes for the test.
Yeah.
2 minutes, both lines are red. I'm like, I think I have COVID.
Mine was a 15-minute test, and by the time I got the dropper in there, I was like, bing. It was like hitting a. I don't
So
know.
I'm like, and I didn't feel terrible. I just head
Hitting a
fog,
slot
little
machine.
headache.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I just got, So I start blowing them up. None of them was answering the phone. Finally, I get one phone. They're like, we're about to leave in 5 minutes. Just chill, because they think I'm rushing them because I'm going to call in so much. I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah, right.
I've got
Yeah.
COVID. So, and
Wow.
I prepped food for that night. Like I had ducks brining in the fridge. I mean, we were going all out. They were bringing like a 16-pound rib roast with them. Yeah, we were going to ball out.
Well, when you
But
said
he just had COVID, so I was like, you can still come hang out. They just can't
Yeah.
come hang out.
I ain't scared.
yeah, well, when you were like take a test, I was like, it didn't even ping in my head whenever I started feeling bad because I'd been in the river all day, and I was like, man, maybe I'm just sore, because at first I woke up with just like body aches.
It's
Then
like it's like you almost planned this by making a joke about it last Monday.
For real. So I've been spitting in the face of nature for the past 3 years because
I have not. I was pretty careful until I got vaccinated,
Well,
but like after that, I've been kind of
not on purpose, but like I've worked with people who have pissed dirty the next day, and then I go take a test and nothing.
I was 14 for 14 on COVID tests.
10 for 10.
8 PCR tests. I went and looked at my Walgreens history
Yeah.
and was like, okay, so that's 14.
I should go back to my Walgreens emails.
Eight of those, and then, and I mean that line was so red. If I was pregnant, it was twins. Like,
Yeah,
it was,
right,
and,
yeah.
and I don't feel.
And it came quick, too, didn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It came,
15 minutes,
Came like a
came in like
14-year-old having sex the first time. I was like, damn. And I've bragged about not having gotten COVID because I take care of myself. And
I haven't really bragged until last week.
I don't think we talked about this on the podcast last week, but Paxton texts me before the boys get here and goes, "Hey, want to play a prank on the boys and say we tested out for COVID?" I'm like, "Fuck no, I do not. I don't want to jinx us."
Look at that.
So
I swear to God, man.
And so after like the second between the Patreon and the podcast, we talked about it with the guys, and we're like, Paxton was like, and I'm like, "See, that's still not funny. I'm still not laughing." And then,
God.
and then we got COVID because Paxton gave us COVID.
I literally jinxed us.
He was like, you know what, God, and I think my body was like, You were talking all this shit, huh?
Yeah.
You want to talk all this
We
smack?
talk shit.
And then
We
I
talk-
got a little tipsy on
Well,
Thursday
because
night.
I wanted to do the prank because last week was such a huge episode for all of us. I
Yeah,
was like,
and then
yeah, let's be funny guys and say we got COVID. And then
and so
guess
yeah,
what?
so we all so it worked out because he had just had COVID. It would have ruined that.
I've had it like 3 times. I'm around.
Yeah.
I'm going to New York in
500
a
to
week from
1,000
today,
people
so
every
like.
weekend.
Oh right,
So,
yeah. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that on the.
I'm glad I
second
got
half,
it.
too.
I got it this week because I'm going to New York next Monday. For
Get it out of the way. I guess it's
Yeah.
like chickenpox now. Well, the thing was, like after 3
Well,
years,
Kind of like chickenpox.
I
You've
know,
got
I'm
three
just
times.
we're joking.
You're getting shingles now. Calm down.
But 3 years, 3 years
I mean everything.
of sharing things.
I mean I've been.
Oh, especially around all the partiers and everything too.
That's what I'm saying.
That's how-
I work at a bar.
Yeah, and they're not the cleanest.
No, I get handed cash all the time. My girlfriend, who I slept in the same bed with the night before, she pissed hot.
Yeah.
You know,
I've been in the car with people. I mean, I just
I was at a Christmas
but
party.
It's out of the way. Oh yeah, when everybody got it.
Everyone got it at a Christmas party except me.
Yeah.
I was like, is it my O blood type? I don't know. You know, like
that does help.
I mean,
You're O.
yeah,
So
and
you died around. If we're dying around each other. I can get your blood.
it
Thanks.
didn't help
That's
me
the
this
universal
time.
one.
Yeah, I think so. I was the universal donor, right?
Yeah, I
And
think so.
AB is
Yeah.
the universal recipient.
I don't know. All I know is it
Yeah.
finally got me, guys.
So yeah, we got COVID. But like it's not.
How you guys
Vaccine
feeling now?
helped.
You guys doing all right?
It
Well,
fucked him up.
So for 3 days, like I was just I couldn't take a COVID test that was up here because I couldn't get up the stairs.
Oh man.
So it took me till Saturday morning to get the test. I rubbed it around, and by the time the drop hit the thing, the 2 lines were already there. I was like, oh god.
God, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I hate
But-
doing the test because you don't know how far to jam that thing up. you
I do
know?
it until I sneeze.
Yeah, I
It's
do it-
15 seconds,
I do it
3/4
until
of an
it's
inch.
like,
I do it until I just
You,
can't stand
you know, it's
it.
on the
Yeah.
directions, guys. It says right there how to do. Was it the first time I went and got a COVID test? Like, when we waited 3 hours to get
Yeah.
one. She tickled the top of my skull through my head.
Was that at
I
the
think they
Civic
were
Center
playing- they
when were
played a
doing
game.
America?
No, this was before the 6. So this was when they were doing it over at the field off of Sally Moo Drive.
I only ever
When
went
that-
to the CVS.
Where my father nicely got off work one morning at 6:30 in the morning and went and got in line for me, and I still took an hour and a half to get there.
Oh, well.
But yeah, then the Civic Center was fun because you had to drive into the Civic Center. So I'm in my car, like filming, because I'm in the Civic Center where I've been, going to concerts when I was a kid. So I'm like, oh, cool, I'm gonna watch a truck rally,
You're like, I'm the
I'm
monster
filming,
truck now.
and so I'm not paying attention to anything, but just kind of stay in the line. And the next time I come back for a test, like a couple months later, there's like a bazillion signs that say no filming.
Oh wow, yeah.
Because you're, violating people's privacy, I guess.
Oh yeah.
But
I
then they
guess,
started.
This person's got COVID. Look,
Yeah, yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
did anybody know these
Everyone's
people?
got AIDS.
And then like that woman, the first time I searched her, she's just like, doo-doo-doo. I'm like, thought you had to get all in there. She's like, no, not that bad anymore.
So
And then now they let you do it yourself.
okay, so the first couple times I did it, the lady was like, "Okay, you're good," because I was like, if I'm gonna go take a test,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
take the whole test.
Yeah, I'm not gonna half-ass it. So then,
I watched someone do that. They're like, ooh,
Yeah.
they're like, why would you do it with all this
so then
trouble?
the first time it was administered to me, I was like, "Oh, keep going, baby." I was like, "Don't take it easy on me."
I got
baby.
another nostril on
Yeah.
there.
yeah, I got another hole in the back too. Speaking of which, you guessed it. I've got to pee.
All right, well, let's go. We'll see you guys. We'll talk to.
We'll
Well, actually, talk to Grant in the second
Yeah,
half.
yes,
I just had to
looking
get
forward
that.
to it.
I just had to get that story out.
And when we come back, stalkers.
And
We're back.
welcome back, Clint. You said you have some birthdays.
I have some birthdays. So, first and foremost, happy
Is that why I froze out of town?
birthday, Jeff Landrum tomorrow. That's why he's out of town, and he didn't want to get COVID from us.
Interesting side note.
Interesting side note: it's Jeff Rose's birthday. Also, upcoming birthdays and some we missed last week. My buddy Brian Herbert. We were just talking about him. Love that guy. He unfortunately came over and had dinner with me on Friday. So hope you don't get COVID too, because we were
don't piss dirty, buddy.
smoking weed in the house together. My boy Bib White in Macon. Speaking of Macon earlier,
His name is Bibb, and he lives in Bibb
from
County.
Well, he grew up there. He lives in Atlanta now, but great guy. Him and his wife Bridget are good friends. Happy birthday to, this is like the listener city here. Ben Northrup.
Nice.
Ben. Sophia. Happy birthday to her.
Good.
And Corey Fowler. Happy birthday, girl.
Another
Patreon.
listener and a patron.
And Jeremy Roberti's birthday was sometime when he was locked on that.
When he was on the boat or off the boat?
Locked out abroad, but
It's like an A&E show.
yeah. It was an A&E show for like 2 days on Facebook. The most vague ass. What's the concept of the show? We're not going to tell you. It's a show about. It's like Seinfeld. It's a show about nothing. If I miss your birthday, I'm sorry. I've got COVID brain.
Oh man, that's the only good thing about this is like, well, so can COVID give you dyslexia?
Yes, probably.
Well, because I was telling you this the other night.
is-
This is what's happened to me. So besides, I got a fountain Coke and it tasted like burnt popcorn. The only other real
Is it back though? You taste now?
no, it's still not right today.
Just go back and get another Coke.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna keep trying every other day. Go back to McDonald's. Go back to McDonald's drive-through. But when I read things, there's extra letters in all of them now. Like if I glance up at something, I'll be like, "What? They misspelled that with that extra R
damn.
for real." And then
You
I'll
got
look at it and be
COVID-lexia.
like, "Oh god, yeah, for real."
So speaking of people that need COVID, Instagram stalkers are the
Instagram
worst. We'll
stalkers.
get that in a little bit.
We'll get to that in a little bit. So
So Grant Nelson,
Grant Nelson,
Hello.
long-time listener of the show, long-time friend. We're
Yeah.
just meeting for the
one of
first
our
time.
one of our first sponsors.
Good to
Yeah.
meet you, Pax.
And we have,
Kelly.
we have your picture in here.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's Mike Ditka. What
Yeah,
the
that's
fuck?
Mike
What
Ditka.
am I
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
that's a
Never
Ditka.
mind.
Yeah, I've never sent you guys a
Yeah,
picture.
yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know what
Yeah.
the hell this is.
Yeah.
We do have a $2 bill in here, though, I think.
Did we bring? Oh, we forgot the two. You got the one there,
I
right?
got the one.
He's got the one, so we'll pull that out whenever.
Have y'all been passing the same $2 bill back now?
So it was
It's probably
the one is
2001.
2000.
Wow.
2005. 2005.
Well, here, I guess we'll check it out.
It's still long enough.
Yeah. So
Which I almost lost it.
yeah. So we've been mailing this $1 bill back and forth through Orange and Savannah, for 12 years. So here's the thing: if I've got the one, and he wins, or I win, he just Venmos me $1 because we were mailing dollars for a while. And I'm like, it's costing us $1 plus
Yeah,
a stamp.
but the physical dollar is the
physical
thing.
dollar.
Though,
So we've
right?
got all right, and I'm not gonna do this in any kind of order. Stallone's height 5'9".
Clint loves betting people's heights. I don't know what it is. And Clint's just average height. I'm 5'6". So it's like I can justify size somebody up.
Our
on,
homegirl Michelle, that was his roommate, a good friend of ours, one of the 100 boomies. She's 5'7". And
it's all.
it's just three of them. Larry Bird is 6'9". I thought Larry was 6'2".
What an idiot.
I thought it was like 6'11". So all right,
He's a power forward.
yeah.
I mean, then we got Bears defeat the Falcons 2011. Is that bet? That might be one of the first ones.
The Bears.
Cubs beat the Braves in this year.
Oh, it wasn't will they beat them, or it wasn't did they beat them? It's will they beat them?
Yeah, we just bet on the game.
Okay,
It's
so
straight up.
oh yeah, this has gone back
Kansas
a long
City
ways.
Super Bowl, Braves 2021 championship, baby. North Iowa versus Duke.
Whatever.
Somehow North Iowa beat Duke. I don't remember when or when.
Sweet 16.
For some reason, I
remember.
remember that game.
Yeah.
For some
All right, so
stupid
this maybe
reason.
actually be the OG one. Memphis 2009 NCAA Sweet 16.
Wow.
2010 Rose Bowl. The Saints Super Bowl. That was forever ago. Right, we got Rex the Tex on here. Rex Grossman when he played for the Texans, right?
Yeah,
He beat the Cowboys.
Was the Bears sexy Rexy?
Yeah. The Peach Bowl 2021 with the big Georgia G. A 7-star hotel. That was one of the first ones.
Yeah, he never believed that there was a 7-star.
No.
hotel.
Where are they at? Dubai?
Yeah, China
Dubai.
and
Detroit Lions Monday Night
Give me
Football.
$1.
2009 ALCS Yankees defeat the Angels.
You can write all that on a dollar bill, and there's enough room for it.
There's so much space still.
Yeah,
in
there's
here.
still a lot more room.
Here's
Oh.
the thing.
Clint can't write on it.
Everything
though,
written on here is not written by me.
I was about to say there ain't no way
Yeah.
Clint's writing anything on there.
So my sister's written some things, but Grant's written most of them because I won like 5 in a row. So I was like, I had to have a list of them. And it was like, all right, Charlotte, can you write these down?
Will you
please?"
put these on the dollar for me?
Yeah, Clint's writing's like reading Russian. It's like, he's got like C's and P's and
right now,
a couple dots, and you're like, what the hell is
Is
this?
that a tilde in German?
Why did Clint put 2 L's in his
Got
name?
a got a
He
sickle
comes to
in
the
there.
house. And he stayed an extra night in Charleston, and he goes, "I got a dollar with me." Starts going through his wallet, and he can't find. And
shit.
I start sweating. I'm like, "Is this COVID?"
Oh, I'm sweating. I'm like, oh, shit.
I'm like, this is why you don't travel with the damn thing. Because I've got the 2 at my house.
Yeah.
I've got a picture he painted, like a Grant Nelson original. And I keep the 2 when I had the 1 also behind the picture. So if the couch catches on fire, it's right by the door on the way out.
There you go.
Got the dog,
And
the 2 and the 1.
So, New Orleans, you're an artist, and you're in the streets though, right?
Yeah, I sell down. I don't know if anybody's or if you guys are familiar with Jackson Square down in New Orleans. So it's a big square right in the heart of New Orleans, right down in the French Quarter.
How would you compare it to City Market for us?
City Market, but there's a huge cathedral at the one end. So it's the oldest used Catholic church in the whole United States.
Oh wow.
So it's a big famous thing.
Get
It's-
right up on there, Shay.
I'm going to say it's probably maybe about four blocks big.
The cathedral is?
No,
No.
the
the
whole
Jackson Square. Okay,
So it's
gotcha.
like the size of downtown from City Market to the actual art cathedral. Like it's
Yeah.
massive.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's almost kind of like where the parking garage is downtown in City Market. all the way to where Vinny's Pizza is. But,
How big?
And then it's a big square.
Is there a lot of people set up as like busking as well? Or
It's everything.
It's everything.
I mean,
yeah.
you
tarot
have
card
artists,
readers and
tarot
stuff like
card
that,
readers,
yeah.
and that's the wild thing is the tarot card readers are set up right in front of the cathedral. So
Really?
yeah,
They're
and
selling like bones a block away.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you have musicians and
Of course, yeah.
musicians, magicians.
Yeah, yeah.
You have just street hustlers. You got all these people just trying to walk up and say, "Hey, I bet you I can tell you where you got your shoes."
Oh.
People are like, and they're like, "On your feet in New Orleans in Jackson Square."
What is it? Is this a carny show? They're like,
Oh, it really is. It's
yeah.
like a hustling. It's
Yeah,
like trying to
yeah.
out hustle the hustler.
So is it all kind of concentrated to that square?
They have 4-card money.
Yeah, just kind of that.
Okay,
that-
so they'll let you kind of do it
You
as
have to
long
get a
as you're
permit,
in
right?
this.
Well, I have to get the artists have to get a permit because we're actually showing our artwork on the fence.
Okay.
And then all the musicians and street performers, they don't have to get anything because they can't ask for money. They can just ask for.
Oh, they're not doing
donations.
an actual exchange of goods.
Yeah,
for...
but they do. Yeah,
No,
They say,
understood. They
yeah.
get donations. They could call it
Yeah,
donations or
so-
something like that.
But I mean, it's just a big hustle, and it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, it's just everybody. There's like the bands and everything, so it's just so loud. I mean, it can really be a pain in the ass.
I was going to
so
say it's probably kind of
it's not good for a hangover.
overload.
Let's just say
Not
that.
going to
Yeah.
sell golf carts.
sensory
Yeah.
overload.
And
yeah.
for me, I think it's normal. But then I come and try to tell some of the stories, and I'm like, well, I guess that's.
Speaking of some of the stories, the other day we're on the phone. Grant and I, talk on the phone for 1 to 4 hours sometimes.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, not very unusual for me.
Never experienced.
It's always a bad day the
Have-
next day.
Seen him in 12 hours. Yeah, yeah. And no one's making each other drink. Somebody, during the
Oh,
pandemic.
it's like the night before you're getting here. It's like
Yeah.
you're about to see him for the next
Yeah.
5 days, and you want to have a 4-hour conversation.
Or then when we hang out, we drink until 9:00 in the morning.
Yeah,
so we had to-
8 o'clock. Yeah. God, I don't remember a lot. Anyway, so we're on the phone, and he just casually mentions, yeah, yesterday this guy took a shit in this artist chair, and so also, and I'm like, whoa.
right next to me.
Like,
And so this lady's right to the left of me, and she's just she's pretty much just a head case the whole time, like for like last 4 or 5 years. So
So she's your like booth buddy. Like,
well, she's actually one of my buddy's ex-girlfriends, so she's
Okay.
really a pain in the ass and
oh yeah.
ugly as
even
can
better.
be. And she's always telling me, she's just like, "You're the one I wanted to fuck. I can't believe I." And I'm just like, "Oh,
so you shit in her chair?
No, yeah. And then so she's bitching about somebody taking a dump in her chair, one of the other artists, and then
Casual.
Yeah.
Sounds so okay.
and then she kind of goes on and she's like, and I need to come up with $1,500 in a week because I just stole $700 from my coke dealer, and I'm looking at her as like,
I like this chick.
why the hell did you steal from your coke dealer?
Yeah, yeah.
She's like,
how?
She's like, I didn't realize he had cameras. So
Savvy coke
Yeah.
dealer.
so she's to the let's say the right or the left of me. Another artist that comes out, and this guy's just another basket case. So he's on his meth kick. So he's sitting there
That's a good
just
time.
tweaking out his arms.
Coke one side, meth the other.
Yeah.
In the middle of the heat of the
In the middle of the
Louisiana.
heat. And I'm trying to sell my artwork, so I'm sitting
Yeah.
there and
You're not trying to be a tweaker selling your artwork.
500 to 1,000 people a day walking around. So I'm listening to these stories, and I have to stop and be like, if you guys have any questions about the artwork,
Right.
you guys please let me know.
How negatively do you think that affects your walk by whenever like someone's
I think it just makes to the culture. I mean,
Are
it's
you
just-
at the same spot every day?
no, there's no assigned spot. So
Oh, that's
it's
good.
fir-
You're not always next to meth and crack. State.
no, it's first come, first setup. But some of the
Sure.
artists get out there
But
super
that meth guy
early.
gets there early.
Yeah, but they get out there, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
well, yeah. I
But-
mean, what else are they gonna do?
yeah. And then, but I live about 45 minutes away, so.
Oh, gotcha.
And I still think I'm on my same routine from the whole COVID, so I'm still not waking up till like 9:30.
Yeah, yeah.
And then so I don't get out there till about noon, so it's pretty much any spot that I can get.
Well, it must be
I'll,
worth it to you
I'll
if
take
you're
it.
driving 45 minutes.
Oh,
You gotta drive across that long ass bridge, right?
No coke, no meth when I go out there. You
Yeah,
know?
right.
I'm out there to make some money.
Yeah,
At
you're
least-
like 9 in the morning.
Yeah, at least my gas money. But
Yeah.
'Cause you gotta make that 27
1
mile
gallon.
bridge or something. How long's that bridge?
it's 24 miles. It's the longest continuous bridge in the whole United States.
No, and that's your commute.
That's my commute.
Across Lake Pontchartrain?
Yeah, but that's also my safe zone too, because
Oh, right, yeah.
yeah,
Keeps
not
the crackheads
not
away,
too
so-
many shootings going on.
Right, yeah.
You know,
It's a long drive to shoot somebody.
and I don't think a bullet can go 24 miles.
Yeah, I don't think
you
so
know.
either. That's like
I
Pesci.
bet you $1.
Yeah. All right.
Pesci in Casino is like, they're back in Oklahoma. I don't think anybody can see that fucking fire.
Yeah.
So it's always interesting every time you go out. You never have a dull
So it is an
moment,
adventure, but the reason. What about galleries and things like that?
Well,
Is it-
I used to own a gallery in Savannah down in City Market. So
Okay.
that's why I ended up
That was A.T. Hun?
A.T. Hun, Attila the Hun,
Okay.
right there
Gotcha.
in City Market.
Oh, so you went from one city market to another, basically.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
want to feel at home wherever I'm at.
Well,
so I
I,
want to.
I felt like I was taking a step back because going from owning a gallery to having like a brick and mortar
Sure.
to going out and selling on the streets,
Right.
you kind of feel like you're. But I mean, I'd probably do 4 or 5-fold better than I ever did in
Really?
the gallery, just
Yeah,
because.
and you had your stuff in that gallery. That lady I had to go talk to.
Yeah.
She wasn't giving him his money, so I went there and was like, "Yo,
Well, I walked by one of the
I'm
galleries that I used to show artwork in because there was another one in Savannah. It's called Metals and Paints.
yeah." He went downtown today.
right across the street from Lady and Sons.
Okay, gotcha.
And they long story. They didn't. I started painting in acrylics as opposed to oils, and they got all pissed, and they were just like, "We said that you were an oil painter," and so
We said your milieu
Yeah.
a oil painting, and all of a sudden you have turned to acrylic.
We do not do acrylic here.
You're gone.
so they still had one of my paintings there
Yeah.
from like 12 years ago. So
Yeah, I buy the $2
Did you walk in and
Walmart
get
acrylics, man.
No, it was locked. But
Hey, give me that painting.
Yeah.
sell that painting.
And you don't have to, you're not in contract with any. Well,
No, and it's the deal of the country. It's really hard to get a license because what they do is they give out 200 licenses for 90 spots. When I say that, there's 90 spots that you can set up on the fence. But
Okay,
they give
gotcha.
out 200 licenses.
just in
Yeah,
Jackson
just in
Square.
Jackson. So
there's
yeah,
90.
so there's pretty much 90 artists almost every single day.
Really?
Yeah, so I mean,
Do people? Is it like a destination for art? Like some like.
oh yeah. I mean, it's been there.
So
been
people are like,
setting up
hey,
artwork.
if we're gonna go buy some local stuff.
Yeah, and that's what people do.
Oh,
and
I got you.
It's been a market like that since about the 1850s. So
I didn't
it's-
realize. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
so it's a
So it's not the typical busk situation.
No,
I
it's
think Eric Culberson started in that market in the
Yeah.
1850s.
in 18. If that's when it started.
no, but it's definitely a destination spot. And
Right, okay,
so,
understood,
And then
yeah.
being out there for I guess 12 years now.
Yeah.
It's everything's you get repeat customers.
Would you
and
say
people
that you're
come
the
back
most
and-
tenured at this point?
no,
of the
they've
artists?
got some of the artists out there that have been out there 40,
Well, see,
50
because
years.
just describing the people around you, I was like, I bet they don't last super long.
Yeah, but some of them do. Like I said,
Okay,
some
yeah.
of them are out
Dude, they're
there
like
40,
cockroaches down there. We get,
40 or 50 years.
Really?
But it's the deal of the country to get your permit. Like I said, it's really hard to get it, but it's $175 for the whole year.
Oh wow! And
So-
once you're in,
Yeah.
you get
Just
to renew
grandfathered in?
before a new person
Yeah.
gets to have
Yeah,
another
and
one.
usually every year there's only probably about 3 or 4 licenses that open up.
Really?
And then they do a lottery where there's probably about 40 or 50 artists that try to get in.
wow.
So it's a really coveted
sure,
coveted
yeah,
thing.
it sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
And,
cool, though.
So, but I'm at the point now. I'm having a tough time paying. I'm probably selling 6 to 8 originals every week, and probably
Really?
about 40 to 50
Yeah,
prints
a couple
every
weeks
week.
ago, you're like, I'm out of stuff.
Yeah, it's
Really?
yeah, and I meet people
Like I can start painting again. I
Yeah.
forgot I did that.
and people all over the world. The pandemic kind of stopped a lot of things, but I mean, just a couple weeks ago, sold a painting going to Morocco. Had another
Wow.
guy down there from Liverpool that was doing a documentary for the Beatles down in the southern tour down there,
Yeah.
like 66 or 64, something
Yeah.
like that. And he was just saying, that's why he was here, bought a painting. So I was just like, this is pretty cool. So you
The art
Yeah.
tourism
Yeah.
and Jackson Square
and the
New Orleans.
Stallone, the dollar bill, he was down there shooting a movie, and that's why I saw him. I was,
You're like-
I'll see Stallone. I've seen Bill Clinton down there
Sure.
walking around. So
Yeah, they'll build likes jazz.
yeah,
Remember?
Little Slick Willie,
Saxophone.
Yeah.
And he likes women. You know what I'm saying? Cigars. Hey.
Yeah, cigar. Don't
Yeah.
dip silver.
Saw Harold
Yeah.
and Kumar.
Together?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
no, just who's the Indian guy, not the Asian guy.
I don't
That's
know.
Kumar.
Kumar,
Okay,
I guess.
so,
I
yeah.
thought you were going to say the
or-
Oriental.
Yeah.
What's bro? Look that up. No, wait, no, it's we know his name. What's his real name? God
Oh.
damn it. Anyway, so
So people, so there's literal art tourism because you normally think of people going to buy art. They're like, oh, which gallery are we going to? But I didn't even think about it. Like, there are certain places, like say when you visit the Bahamas, you don't want to buy.
seashells.
You don't want to go to a shop to buy anything. You want to buy it from the
Yeah, from
kids
the
off of the
locals
street.
and-
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's
And that's one of the rules is to get your license, you have to sell your artwork yourself. You can't have employees or anything. So
Oh,
that's
yeah,
cool.
So it makes it a lot more personal where the people are meeting the artists.
You
And
know what? Now you think about it, having those crackheads next to me on my grade, they're like, ugh, ugh. Oh, normal.
Right.
You're like the most
Well,
no one would assume meeting you if you didn't talk about your art that you're an artist. I mean, you're wearing tennis shoes and a baseball cap and like regular clothes. You're
well,
like
that's how
dressed all-
I didn't even pick up a paintbrush. I'm 44. I didn't pick up a paintbrush till I was about 18 or 19. I was a hockey player playing pretty competitive. Probably would never gone made any money or anything, but I probably could have played Division I, like a low Division.
Was your
I or
art
something.
New Orleans styled before you got there?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
you already had the flavor
Yeah.
of New Orleans before you ever.
Yeah, because
So now you fit in.
Yeah, because my father was a professional musician before I was born, and so I always knew I wanted to do something based around music and kind
Sure.
of jazz and stuff like that.
Wow, how
Yeah.
serendipitous.
Yeah. So it's and then so everybody's, oh, this city must inspire you. I'm like, yeah, whatever, you know. So-
Wow, that's
but,
great. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah,
though.
I was just like, oh yeah, it does, and I'm like, I've already.
Okay, yeah.
I've
When I
done
met
this.
him, I was working at Jazzed, and his
Hey,
artwork was all over Jazzed at the time. Like when they first opened up, you were one of the few artists that were in there.
Yeah, we'll put a link to all your stuff. Well, I mean, if you have anything.
Well, not my Facebook because that thing just got shut down.
You didn't need any golf carts.
Yeah.
His Facebook got hacked.
So
selling golf carts.
give us a little bit of that because.
Well, about 2-3 weeks ago, I'm not a social media guy at all. I mean, I got it just because.
Yeah.
I guess it's supposed to have it. So, but like 2-3 weeks ago, I'm waking up about 6:30 in the morning. My phone is blowing up, and I'm like, "What is going on Facebook?" Somebody hacked my account and started selling $5,000 golf carts for $1,000, saying my business was at Jackson Square, and
You're gonna haul the golf carts to the square.
so I'm getting phone calls, and these people are not phone calls, but text and all this, and just like, is it gas? Is it electric? Can I come pick it up right now?
Like, what the hell are these people talking about?
What's the mileage on this? Are they used? Are they new?
You're like, I'm thinking about golf.
Oh, and I went on the account, and I was just, I want to buy one of these things. Yeah. So
You're like, wait, these are only $1,000?
yeah, probably
I'm gonna email
everybody.
the guy right now.
And I'm getting people from all over the U.S. I'm getting.
Do
you know,
you ship to Canada?
Yeah, I did. I was not Canada, but like, do you ship? Well, what's the delivery fee?
How many golf carts did you sell?
Well, I probably could have sold 150 of them. I mean, I just know the art business.
They
doesn't
show
do
up,
good.
it's a painting of
You
a
know
golf
what?
cart.
That's what you should
Think I
do.
might go in the golf cart business. It's
You know, speaking of hackers, I've been hacking up a lot of stuff this week.
Yeah, it just got to my chest.
Mine's in the nose. It's
Yeah.
like I got COVID from the lips up.
I got COVID from my loins out because the first thing my
Some
arms,
of my loins have come out.
my arms felt like chopsticks.
I had my hips were hurting.
My hips were hurting.
So
my shoulders were
Wednesday,
hurting.
you go back. I think Wednesday, feeling a little off, and Thursday, I'm like, why are my hips hurting? I stretch a lot, and I was like, why? Hip flickers aren't feeling good, and then my lower back was a little sore. And I'm like, oh, maybe I just did something stupid in the gym or something.
It was the coof.
It was the cove. COVID really inspires all of us to do a lot of things. Inspires some to do things they shouldn't be doing, like taking advantage of somebody else's stuff.
You know what we call them?
It's the Karen of the week. It's the Karen of the week. Gosh.
Why did you do that, Karen?
I wonder if my Karen timing's off because of COVID.
Man, I don't know. My COVID Karen
before we
timing
get
might
to
be
that,
off.
So Paxton borrowed my car. I borrowed Paxton's. He leaves his car, his Volvo, with me,
Soccer mom.
and he hands me a key ring that a custodian would have been proud of. It's only got three keys on it.
Yeah.
One of them doesn't even go to a door.
It goes to a drum key.
Yeah, it's a drum key, car key, and house key, which was even weird because, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but then there's like,
Oh, no, that's my P.O. Box key.
oh, yeah. So
Yeah,
then house key. 17 accoutrements, though, on this thing. And I'm like, so if I carry a key, I carry just the key. My key ring is just the key.
Okay, so funny you say that because the first 3 gas stations we stopped at, I was like, I have to get a keychain for this thing. For your key because I hate it. It's just,
That's all I do. When I drive
I
the
was
other
so
car,
scared to lose it.
I have one key. Because I've got a remote on my phone that opens up my garage. So when I go out drinking, I got the basics in my pocket: Cliff Bar, wallet, phone, cigarettes, and a lighter. You see me? It'll be two. It'll be 1:30 in the morning. I'm in the back of Huckapoo's, and I pull this warm, smashed flat Cliff Bar. It's been in my pocket for 3 hours. I'm sorry. People are like, "Where did that Cliff Bar come from?"
I just watched a bit of Mallrats the other day, and I was like, they're melty, but they're really good. You got this.
The thing is, if you're
melty Cliff
super
Bar.
high as shit eating a Cliff Bar, it's the worst decision you could ever make.
Okay, so
It'll help you rehydrate because you're like chugging water.
I guess we got to get to the Karens right now, though. But
let's,
but your chicken and rice story was pretty funny
So
about
I've
eating
got
an edible.
kind of 2 Karens.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do one, and then you'll do one.
Oh, see, that mine might be the same as your second.
Oh, okay, or my first.
Okay.
Because this cunt This nosy fucking cunt comes into my restaurant. Asian table, 3 top, walk in. Or no, reservation. There's three of the 4 of them walk in together. It's if you're unfamiliar with how August and July are like in Savannah, it's the sun. We're standing on the sun. it's 6:15 on Wednesday. It's 105 still with the heat index. You got some water, and they're probably in their early 20s.
Yeah.
And as a lot of Chinese immigrants that go to SCAD sometimes tend to do, they go, "Can we have 3 hot waters?"
Hot waters, yeah.
Hot water. It's 105, and I go, "It's coming out of the. It's like it's like, it's coffee hot," and they're like, "Yeah, that's what we want." I'm like, "Give them to them, chug them." I'm like,
See,
what?
Maybe we don't know how to cool off.
Do you know why they do the hot
like
water?
Eating hot soup in the summer.
Yeah, and curry. Do you know why they do the hot water?
Uh-uh.
I think, and I did not do my own research because I forgot to cook COVID. It's because it's known to be clean because it's that hot.
Oh,
so
sure.
hot water with lemon. You're sanitizing the water. Some people used to put lemon in
feel
waters. So okay, that's fine. Get your hot water. They're looking at the menu, not on the menu. They're on their phone looking at our online menu.
Sure.
And I'm like, hey, that's not the right menu. Like, this is the menu right here, and these are some changes.
Oh, right.
And they're like, we have a couple changes. I tell them that, and they're like, what's the fish? I'm like, I'll tell you when your other guest gets here because I don't want to repeat myself. I've got like a 2-minute, diatribe of speech. So I'm like, I'll wait for that person to get here. All right. So my other table sits down next to him, like a 6 top. I'm getting them going. I'm been gone this guy's table for 25 seconds. I'm like, sir, the snap. And I said, don't do that. I said, don't do that. And I just kept walking. I go get the other table, their stuff. I come back. Hey. And I said, one more time and you can leave. I wasn't in a good mood on Wednesday.
Feeling it that day.
I think that's when the COVID started kicking. I was being a little.
Maybe he gave it to you.
Yeah. Damn Asians. So, did you listen to your mom's house?
I did, yeah. I did today, actually.
Just going to sidebar this interesting side note. Christina P. from your mom's house. Her kid's got like a 2-way radio or whatever.
Yeah.
He talks to his other brother with.
So it's picking up some radio interference from truckers.
It's in her closet. She's sleeping and she hears, the goddamn Chinese would stop giving us COVID. We wouldn't hate them so much.
And she was like, who's in my closet?
Yeah, she thinks it's rednecks in her closet.
But it turns out to be radio signals.
And this was a week ago. So this trucker thinks that we keep getting COVID from China. today.
Like when it goes away, they send more over.
Herschel Walker apparently is in charge of COVID. The COVID air comes back from China. We cleaned the air here of COVID and went back. China came back. So anyway, so this table, one girl, the girl that shows up late, has a boba tea in a bag that's like this big. Bringing an outside drink into a restaurant, it's like kind of food also because boba tea's got like all that crap in it. So I'm like, do you mind, taking that off the table? Because people walk in and they're like, you have boba tea,
I know, because I love boba tea, and if I went to a place that I thought,
I was like, just kind of
stuff with the bubbles on the
bottom,
bottom.
Yeah, tapioca bubbles.
So she goes, oh yeah, sorry. So she just chugs it.
Nice.
Takes the bag. You know what you do with the bag, right? On the floor, not under the table. I'm talking on the floor. Like she just, Chinese people sick of shit in the middle of the mall.
Like they were in mainland China.
Yeah. She just throws it on the floor.
Maybe they're working for the Michelin star or Michelin chef people, and you got to pick the food up.
Right. And the table next to them, it just sat down, is like looks at them, looks at me, looks at the bag, and I'm like, and I look at the table and the bag and the lady, and I'm like, it's
like the Sergio Leone movie where they're all staring at each other in the gunfight.
I get so angry. There was a second where I'm like, I'm going to put this bag on her head and squeeze it. I'm getting fired and going to prison today.
I do not care about getting fired today.
So, as I do, checks going to be split 4 ways. Okay, so there's a gratuity added when checks are split more than 3 ways. That's not a rule. I made it up. It works fine. No one complains about it.
And what's the gratuity you put on? 25?
20%. But actually, I do 21% because 1% covers the taxes that don't get added to the gratuity. I'm a dick.
But no one knew that.
No one knows that.
You just outed yourself.
That's fine. If you're listening, boss, I don't care. Actually, she doesn't care about me. She doesn't listen anyway.
Mega fired.
So bring the 4 checks over. Oh, this goes on her check. I'm like, well, you ordered this dessert. She ordered a creme brulee. She goes, well, the creme brulee was for her. I'm like, but you ordered it.
Oh, yeah.
So I put it on your check. She's like, but it doesn't go on my check. I'm like, it does because you ordered it. That's how it works.
So many people don't realize. So they want to be the liaison for so many people and be the cool guy or the cool gal.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, grab him of this. If you order it,
it's yours.
It's yours.
Yeah.
If you go, hey, get him a thing on his tab.
There you go.
Totally fine. But you do not order it assuming I'm going to know where to put it.
That's usually what I always say. Why don't you just put it on his tab?
His tab. Seabass got it.
Seabass got it, right?
That table over there.
So I go fix that. I come back. She goes, oh, the checkbooks, there's only 2 credit cards. I'm like, oh, I need 2 credit cards. Oh, no, these 2 are together. and she and I are together. This fucking cunt is on her tab. She made me put it on her tab, and then she paid for it anyways. I am busy as shit at this point, and I take the time to stare at her. It just, like, I want to go back to the computer and turn it into 25%.
I don't have time to stare, but I got time to stare.
I'm just like, my face is getting red.
Dude, shut up.
I think that's what
This cannot be
And how
true.
long did you just stand there looking at it?
For about 10 seconds, but I mean, it was just. And I'm.
Did she say anything?
Oh, she looks. I mean, she feels the pain. I'm a much bigger man than this Chinese lady is. And she found it like she's kind of looking, and they all are getting quiet, looking their head down. I'm like, as we had the freedom to do an open table, not allowed back in the restaurant. And when I was there, boom, you're not coming back in the restaurant because they then spent crap money, made a giant mess.
It was a reservation, right?
Yeah, so they make a giant mess. So they're but open table. You can give people like warnings for bad behavior, or you can't come back. You get 3 of those.
Yeah.
In a year, an open table kicks you off open table.
Oh, really?
For 1 year.
But they could still come into the restaurant and
they could try to do a walk-in. They go to the bar or whatever. But I know
try to pull the old.
they don't all look the same to me.
Attack.
I know exactly
Yeah.
who all 3 of them, all 4 of them are. And one chick was okay, but the rest of them were a mess.
Well, see, it's funny because remember that thing we saw the other, and I'll mention it again. I'll mention it forever because it's the funniest shit ever. There's these people vandalized, the big like Key West.
Oh yeah, the thing at the end of the.
Yeah. So they were out there vandalizing it.
Oh, the buoy or whatever.
Yeah. And they got caught on camera. And the reason they got found out, they're like, "Oh yeah, that guy didn't tip me the other night."
Oh,
that's how that's how they got caught.
So do you think your Karen's the same as mine? Because we can go to the listener Karen we've got.
We can what?
We have a listener Karen.
We have a listener Karen?
That's right. A listener sent us in a Karen, and I'm going to read it on the air. So if you have a Karen or a Darren, email, Instagram.
When you said that, I thought you said...
We have a Karen as a listener?
Yeah, I was
we do. We'll get to that in a minute. And we have an email from a listener and a Patreon subscriber.
Thank you so much.
However, the content this person has sent us, I'm not sure we want to put on the air. So if we can somehow summon the courage to do a Patreon later, maybe we'll talk about this there.
Maybe next time.
It's basically just the information of the woman who did all the complaints on address. He did his own research.
Yeah.
Address, phone number, ex-husbands, like picture of her. We got all.
See, that's the thing. I didn't want a dox situation because.
Yeah, I don't want to dox them.
Overall, this one lady that's been complaining a lot about the Huckapoo's noise, whatever. That's the least part.
Yeah, the 1983 law is the biggest part of that.
Yeah.
And guys, if you haven't read the Connect Savannah article that Travis did was on last week, please go read it. Amazingly well-written article, very articulate. Only one human being seemed to have a problem with it. And Huckapoo's is the beach from Huckapoo's is to the north, not to the east.
Well, the balls that the guy has, doesn't he come in and hang out at Huckapoo's?
I mean, apparly he went in one time.
Yeah,
just one time. I thought he was a regular and just came in and was like, "We're shutting you guys down."
The Huckapoo's during the day regulars, and the night regulars.
Oh yeah, that's 2 different things. So he could be kind of regular during the day.
I walked in there during the day one day, and I just walked behind the bar like I own the place because I'm a dick. And I walked behind the bar and just get myself a glass of water, and 3 people were like, "Who the hell are you?"
They're like,
and I'm like,
know our bar.
And I'm like, "Who the hell are you?" And they're like, "I'm here every day." And I'm like, and Nikki's like, "Yeah, this is Clint. He's a part of the Huckapoo's family." I'm like, this is a totally different planet.
Yeah, this is a different planet during the day.
It is because it's completely different regulars.
So wait, so you didn't like someone nitpicking something about what you said on Facebook or on social media?
No.
You didn't like someone nitpicking a little thing that you said?
Yeah, I would never do that.
That sounds
else.
like.
And then just keeps driving it home.
He texted me last night. He's like, so I know who he's talking about. He's like, okay, man, I said it was east and it's north, whatever.
The guy sent me a paragraph like it was a big deal. Like it changed everything.
And Clint sent that to me. I was like, I'm not going to say it until we're on air. But I was like, that sounds just like someone I know.
Well, wasn't it just like 2 weeks ago?
But here's the thing.
That you went on like the back and forth with somebody?
Oh yeah, it was exactly.
So I'll give him the respect of having privately messaged us. By the way, if you're not paying attention, I do the social media. So if you're talking to somebody, it's me. So if you're talking about me to me, I don't care. I'll respond to you politely as I did to this man. He got the thumbs up.
So,
but it's never Paxton.
It's never me.
Never Paxton.
And you know why it's especially not me now?
Yeah.
Because we've been logged out of the account and I never got the new password.
I sent it to you, but it's okay.
Oh, I didn't look.
You know what?
I still haven't logged back in.